Hello, welcome to our video. It's your host, 219 Road Gamer 19,000, and I'm here today for Season 2, Episode 16 of Random Multiclass Thursdays, The Heir to the Blood Throne. Before this video begins, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more from me, and yeah, let's get right into today's video. So, today I'll be covering the new Scion of the Dead 3 Rogue, well, at least was in the Nerfed Arcana playtest. Overall, by the end of this video, I will be showing you guys my overall thoughts and opinions about the subclass, why I think it's good, and overall the code hard numbers, because numbers simply don't lie. But to begin, my general idea of the subclass. It's really cool, and I think the premise they've set is super nice. I think the features they've given you are decently flavorful and powerful. But at the end of the day, I don't. Because here's the thing, when someone thinks of the rogue, they always think of this like assassin type character. Heck, it has the assassin subclass, but it's legit it's the least damaging class in the game, probably next to a unoptimized cleric. So it's like making a whole subclass that's about doing extra damage but not really. It's very weird, very strange, and I think by the end of this video, I'll kind of, or when we get to it, I'll kind of come up with a solution. But overall, this slump class, it kind of just feels like it's trying to it gives you a flavor very well, but it sort of backs it up mechanically. Like, don't get me wrong, there are definitely offensive features, but they just really fall behind what you would want to make a rogue offensively good. But that's just me yapping. Let's actually get into today's build. So for today's build, yeah, it's been glitching. Google Slides has been terrible. I'm so sorry. I need to get this video though. I'm trying to record this video like 5 times, but whatever. For today's build, I will be using a rapier, mainly because this is actually a build I saw Kobe from D&D D4 Deep Dive do, and I thought it really fit today's build. It was basically, well, I won't spoil it, but it really fits this build because it's a cleric and rogue multi-class, and I thought, oh, you're a ball spawn, or because this subclass basically is, oh, you're just a ball spawn from Baldur's Gate 3, or just overall general D&D lore. So I thought, oh, I mean, if you were in theory inheriting the blood throne of Baldbane or Merkel, being one of their clerics wouldn't be the biggest stretch and actually really fit you. And war cleric with rogue is very good, so it's time to go rapier and shield, because new weapon fighting just doesn't work. For species, I went Goliath. Honestly, Hill Tumble is such a good feature that you probably should be using it. But since with this build we can get advantage decently often, thanks to the rapier having the Vex property, meaning our next attack with it we automatically gain advantage, I just went Fires of Burn for some extra damage. Now for Origin feat, there is a small issue. Technically, this build is not doable with the feats I want. Mainly, you'd want to increase your dexterity and wisdom. But I also would want alert. But we can't have that. So in my opinion, I definitely think increasing your wisdom is much more important than any feat you could have gotten. It's just, if you can make a custom background, of course, go in dexterity, constitution, and wisdom with the alert fee, and then boom, you'll be good. But if you can't, make sure you can get that dex and wisdom, because it's not the end of the world if you can't get a 16 wisdom, but it definitely is going to slow down your progress as a build. But yeah, for the snatch, we'll be going 8 strength, 15 dexterity, 14 constitution, 10 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 8 charisma with a +1 in wisdom and a +2 to dexterity. Honestly, if you want to, you can either flatten out intelligence or charisma. Now, this build, the Son of the Rogue, is actually an intelligence-based class, which, I hate, because every other rogue is already intelligence-based, except for Thief. No, except for Assassin, I think. Well, I think it's Thief and Assassin are the only two that aren't in, like, solely intelligence-based, which, so annoying. But yeah, this slump class is again in for some reason. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. If you can pick up a headband of intellect, probably do you some good. I mean, it's only your level 13 feature that really requires any int at all. All your other features kind of don't care. Well, at least with this build's gonna be using them. But yeah, if you can, definitely get a headband of intellect. It'll serve you quite well. So for rogue level 1, of course, we get thieves, can't weapon masteries, expertise, and sneak attack. We all know all this stuff. Let's skip to the juicy stuff. which is now level 2 because we'll be taking our first level cleric, getting spellcasting in divine order. I personally believe you just pick up thaumaturge here because just being a cleric, you gain that proficiency with shields. So I really don't care for the proficiency in heavy armor or all martial weapons when we already have proficiency in our rapier. And being able to add our wisdom modifier to an arcana religion check is just going to make us a better character. So overall, I think divine order is the right thing to go. Now for cantrips and level 1 spells, guidance, mending, total dead, spirit dying, guiding bolt, healing word, inflict wounds, blessing bane, all very common spells and all really good. Definitely here there's a good amount of support and damage. I think most combats you'll probably be casting either Bless or Bane. I recommend Bless because no matter what, Bless will always work. Bane is a saving throw. And a lot of these new 2024 monsters are starting to be proficient in a lot more saving throws. So just being able to guarantee something is really nice. Now we go Rogue 1, Cleric 2, of course, for our third level. We can Channel Divinity. Here we have Turn Undead and Divine Spark. We most likely will never be using these, but I mean we have two of them, so I guess if you ever need to, a Turn Undead could be useful, or a Divine Spark. Who knows? But at level 4 will be a Rogue 1, Cleric 3, where we finally get our War Domain subclass. We also get Guided Strikes, which basically we can use our Channel Divinity. They give us a plus 10, 20 roll we have. Any attack roll. I mean, that can be nice. We also get some War Domain spells. But mainly we get War Priest, which as a bonus action, you can make one attack with a weapon or unarmed strike. You can use this bonus action number times equal to your wisdom modifier. You gain on uses when you finish a short rest. So yeah, this feature with Rogue, I will be going into a little later at the level 5 damage report, but this feature just basically allows us to double up on sneak attack, because it doesn't say you have to take the attack action, it just says as a bonus action you just make an attack. And I think this is the only feature in D&D that's literally worded like this, and it's the only feature that works with the Rogue because it's the only one worded like that, so it's pretty damn insane. On level 2 spells, Aid and Prayer of Healing are the only ones you're ever going to use. I recommend honestly cast 8 at the beginning of the day, give 5 of your allies 5 permanent hit points, and then boom, during the middle of the day, just cast Prayer of Healing. That's how you're going to be using your level 2 spell slots. The level 1s, I'll use them for Cure Wounds, because Cure Wound is now 2d8 plus 3, which is actually super good for at least low level healing. So, I mean, yeah, definitely something useful. But at level 5, you'll be taking our second level with Rogue, gain Cunning Action. But yeah, now we have our level 5 damage report. So basically, how this would work is, on turn 1, we'll use our bonus action sneak attack with the Fire Giant's Wrath, dealing an average of 16.5 damage. Then, with our action, since that was only a bonus action, we would hold our action, which would then allow us to, as a reaction, at any moment in the fight, just take another attack, allowing us, in theory, to get sneak attack again. And it's not even in theory, because with our rapier, if we attack a creature once, and then attack them again, we have advantage on a second attack, meaning, no matter what, that second attack will be having advantage, meaning if it hits, it will be having sneak attack. So yeah, it's a very, very solid build premise. So basically, 16.5, just times that by 2, and that's the build's damage. Which, I mean, 33 points of damage on average with little resources spent. Granted, there are some resources spent. The Fire Giant's Fury and the one War Priest charge. But being able to do almost like 25 to 30 damage every single, I guess, round is pretty nice as a rogue with an average to hit of 16.5. You will be hitting very often with advantage and other things like that. So overall, this is pretty solid. But I do want to remind you, that's the War Cleric in action, not the actual subclass. But in 1 minute here, you actually see that the War Priest domain and the Scion of the Dead 3 Rogue actually has a lot of synergy in build. So yeah, now let's cover the new Scion of the Dead 3 Rogue. So at level 3, we get our Bloodthirst feature, which basically has the first part of it we care about, and the second one we'll never use. If your sneak attack hits a bloodied creature, the target takes extra damage of the weapon's type equal to half your rogue level. So, the reason why this is so good potentially is because if we hit a creature with one sneak attack, and especially if some of our allies been hitting it, there's a big chance that that big Nova burst damage we're doing on our bonus action may leave a target bloodied, meaning when we attack again with our reaction, we're most likely going to be getting that extra bloodthirst damage. Meaning, our sneak attack is going to be doing more damage, which is, what you definitely want. And also, we get at level 3, we get Dreaded Alliance. Choosing one of the dead 3, Bane, Ball, or Merkle, you gain resistance to one type of damage and the ability to cast a cantrip, as detailed in the table below. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability for this cantrip. When you finish in long rest, you can change your choice. Bane is Psychic and Minor Illusion. Ball is Poison and Blade Ward, and Merkle is Necrotic and Chill Touch. I don't know why for Ball they didn't do True Strike. I feel like that fits Ball, the Lord of Murder, better. And in Baldur's Gate 3, Orin's daggers literally can cast True Strike, so I don't know why they didn't do that, but make sure to drink water, folks. But yeah, at level 7 or 4th level in Rogue, here you can kind of take two feats. You can either take Poisoner for some situational extra damage. If I'm being honest here, you probably won't be getting Poisoner very often. Poisoner is one of those things where it's like, before a fight, you quickly dip your rapier and then just get into combat. Or if you want to, like, have some setup, I'm not assuming Poisoner into the base damage of the build. I'm just having it as an option. Or you may want to take Medium Armor Master here, because you have Medium Armor Proficiency. So if you wear some nice half plate, we can get up to an 18 armor class. Granted, you do have disadvantage on stealth, but if you get some Mithril half plate, then you don't have any disadvantage. And Mithril is technically a magic weapon, but it's just more of an ore, more of a resource. So it's probably easier to get, even if your DM doesn't really like magic weapons, because it's not really magical, it's just a property of the armor. But yeah, both of them are good choices. I think Medium Armor Master is probably more practical, but you never know. Poisoner can always be good. Now, at level 8, we get Cunning Strike and Uncanny Dodge. Both really good features. Now, Cunning Strikes, usually in every scenario, I would say you would always want to use Cunning Strike Poison because it's just so good. But today's build is about doing damage, not really about doing utility. But trust me, if you're playing this in an actual game table and not just like me and beholden to the damage dice, then I would definitely recommend using Cunning Strike Poison every single turn. Especially with the fact that you're using your War Priest charges to do 2 sneak attacks. That means, yeah, the damage, it does suck a little losing out on some damage, but having 2 chances to potentially poison a creature, pretty much crippling it a lot. And I've read a lot of the 2024 Monster Manual. Some of these monsters hit you and can paralyze you, can stun you, can just do terrible things to you. So I definitely would not recommend getting hit in 2024 by any monsters, and poison can really help with that. Also, Uncanny Dodge, we'll most likely never use it because it takes a reaction, but there might be scenarios where we may use it. Now, as a 9th level character, we'll be taking our 6th level of Rogue, where we gain some extra expertises. Honestly, pick whatever you want. Pick whatever you feel is flavorful. But now, as a 10th level character, our 7th level in Rogue will be getting Evasion and Reliable Talent. Now, Evasion, of course, is a very good feature, always has been. The fact it never has taken a reaction is so good, and I still love it doesn't take reaction. And Reliable Talent being a 7th level is just amazing. I love it. Even though we took a 3-level multi-class in 2024, we are still getting it before the 2011 Rogue did. So yeah, 2014 Rogue, my fault. Yeah, overall, Reliable Talent, super good feature. And I love the fact that they lowered the level you get it at, but it didn't nerf it. It's amazing. I love it. Now, as a 11th level character, between our 8th level and Rogue, I recommend here just maxing out your dexterity. A 20 dex is just the best way to increase damage. There's not many ways. We can't really take a Great Weapon Master or a Dual Wielder here. It's kind of just, take the +2. It'll serve you well. Now, for a 12th level feature, we get Strike Fear. This is actually a new Cunning Strike option. We get Terrify. It costs 1d6, and the target must succeed on a Wisdom save, where it has the Frightened condition for 1 minute. The frightened target repeats the save at the end of the turn, each of its ending the effect on a success. Success. Wow, I just word mumbo jumbo right there. But yeah, I mean, a fear for a d6, I guess. I mean, yeah, because with fear they have disadvantage. With fear they have disadvantage on all attacks. I mean, actually, yeah, that's not that bad. And they're also immobile. Yeah, Overall, not the worst. Pretty useful. But now here comes our level 12 damage report. Turn 1, we'll be using our bonus action to sneak attack, then using the fire giant boom, doing an average of 32.5 damage. But with a bloody target, our sneak attack will be doing 37.5. If we decide to add poisoner, it'll be doing an extra 9 damage. And for some very weird way, we get super lucky and we're able to do 2 rapier attacks against a bloody target, and both of them have poison on them. Basically, an impossible scenario. Our max possible damage in a round is 83. So let's add that for funsies. But yeah, again, all these numbers you see basically double them because that's what we're doing with our war priest charges. And yeah, being able to double our damage is still nice, but I mean 62 at level 12. It's respectable, but like, I still definitely would want a little more, especially since we're using a resource. I feel like a lot of builds can do like that amount of damage, no resource. And I mean, also the fact that like, 32 damage alone is super bad. I mean, if you fully take away the fact that we're a cleric, this is just pitiful. And 37 isn't much better either. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely do think what they should have done is maybe add an amount of D6s equal to half your rogue level. We'll be able to add an extra 5d6 here, which, I mean, yeah, that sounds like a lot, but let's be real here. The rogue kind of needs it. The rogue is, kind of doo doo. Especially as a damage dealer, and maybe make the extra 5d6 only once per round, so then it's not broken with the whole war cleric thing. But yeah, definitely dealing a little too little damage in my opinion. With an actual hit of 20.5. And that's the level 12 damage report. Now, at level 13, we get our 10th level in Rogue, just getting a plus 2 to Wisdom. We'll just be able to do our War Priest thing even easier, so it's just overall a good thing to do. Now, for our... Oh, I think I accidentally skipped... Yeah, I skipped the level. For our Rogue 11 or level 14, we get improved Cunning Strike. We can now do 2 Cunning Strike options at a time. I mean, I guess we can now do Poison. We can potentially Poison and Fear a creature, which, I feel like that's pretty thematic for being a ball spawn. And also at level 15 of Rogue, we can just max out our Wisdom here. I mean, yeah, it's just our best option. And now for our level 15 damage report. As you can see, not a lot has happened since our damage is basically still the same. On turn 1, bonus action attack with the Fire Giant's Boom, we do an average of 36 damage. If the target's bloodied, it's 42. Poison extra damage won't ever change. And our max possible damage is now 102. Yeah, this is our max possible damage, meaning basically the most impossible scenario possible. Only being 102 is extremely concerning. Like, damn it. Yeah, that's just not good. At level 15, I'm gonna do a little spoiler. I was making a blade singing build the other day for a future video, and that build at level 15 with max possible damage was dealing in the hundreds. And that's build max possible damage is a lot easier to come by because it's just 3 rounds of setup, or even 2 rounds of setup. So, I mean, the fact that this will take like 3 to 4 rounds of setup and really like favorable positioning from your enemies to just do 102 damage, it's with an actual hit of 20.5. This is still looking very miserable. Now at level 13 in Rogue, we get Aura of Malice. Basically, at the start of our turns, each creature of our choice within 10 feet of us takes damage equal to our intelligence modifier. So basically, a +1 damage. And that type of damage is the same one as the damage resistance granted to you by your Dreaded Alliance feature, and this aura ignores resistance. I mean, I like the extra damage, but the fact is, intelligence is just a really bad stat that most rogues won't have high, and really you barely gain any benefit to having a high intelligence, especially when just 3 level of clerics makes you a way better rogue than you'll ever be able to. Cause yeah, you're still a rogue even with those 3 levels of cleric. You're actually a rogue that does the utility thing a lot better, because you can now just boom, prayer of healing or aid 5 extra hit points to the party. Yeah, it's just I mean, I guess the thing is, maybe if you already have another cleric in the party, then like they'll probably be doing prayer of healing. But even at then, you can just tell them to save their spell slots, or even then, just cast 8 on the whole party instead of only 3 members, which can actually be really useful. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I rogue level 4 team get devious strikes, which again, is it's more cunning strike options. Some of them are good. I mean, knockout and knockout can potentially be very broken. So can daze, but I mean, still, we're just losing out on damage. I mean, honestly, as a rogue, it's very flavorful being just able to knock out someone or daze someone. It makes sense as a rogue to be able to do that, but damage wise, it's not cutting it. At level 18, we get Slippery Mind, which gives us advantage on Wisdom and, no, which gives us proficiency in Wisdom and Charisma saving throw. I mean, yeah, again, we're a 50-foe rogue, and I don't think a single feature has scaled our damage at all, except for Sneak Attack, which is yeah, still bad. Level 16 rogue, we get to pick your favorite of epic boon here because we are now level 19, so you can take an epic boon, which is certainly interesting. And now for our final feature, as a level 17 rogue, level 20 character, we get Dread Incarnate. We get Battle Tyrant. Wow, we have advantage on attacks rolled against any creature with the frightened condition. Yeah, I guess that's cool. And then murderous intent. Now this feature is actually really good, but on my spreadsheets, this feature is basically nothing. When you roll for your sneak attack damage, it can treat a roll of 1 or 2 on the die as 3. This feature is gonna make it that your damage is a lot more normal. This is gonna be a significant to substantial increase to your damage on average, but this is just I don't really have many ways to calculate for that. Re-rolling ones and twos and just counting them as three. So yeah, my spreadsheet, it's not going to really look any different, but just know in game you're probably going to see a significant increase in power. But now here comes the level 20 damage report, and as you can see, things haven't changed too much. Turn 1, bonus action sneak attack with the Fire Giant Boom, dealing an average of 47.5 points of damage. On a bloody target, it's 56, poison extra damage being 9, and max possible damage in a round being 130 with an average hit of 21.5. This rogue is kind of a letdown. When I was first reading the subclass, I thought, yo, this is super cool. I love this. But if I'm being honest, this is a pretty massive letdown for what is the evil rogue. This is the most, like, roguish rogue out there. This is the most evil rogue ever. This should be a warlock subclass if anything. And for being potentially the spawn of the Lord of Death, you are dealing way too little damage. You are a level 20 character. What do you mean you're only doing what, like 100 damage? Like, wait, okay, hold on, because it's 47 times 2. So what, 100 and damn, I'm bad with math. 104 damage on average. Wait, hold on, let me see. Yeah, no, it's only 94. What am I smoking? It's only 94. I'm off. So yeah, being able to do 194 points of damage on average, taking up a resource, I ain't gonna hold you. It's that's not good. I mean, being able to do 102 damage isn't. No, it's not. It's 100. It's not 102, is it? Damn, I'm fried. Sorry, guys. 112 damage. I'm a little sick if you couldn't tell. My brain's just fried. 112 damage. I mean, because the thing is, with like bloody targets at level 20, how often are you gonna be fighting bloody targets? You guys are level 20. You're probably fighting gods or like ancient dragons. Like I don't. Maybe if you just want to pick off the minions, then yeah, you'll be landing on those bloody targets. But I think for how rare bloody targets are at those higher levels, only doing half of your level in rogue of damage. I mean, I get why they just didn't do your full rogue level, because with the assassin now, because okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna just end up the video here, and then I'm gonna do a little more of a rant at the end of it. But overall, my final thoughts and opinions. This is supposed to be an assassin rogue, and it just kind of fails. This is supposed to be your damage dealing rogue, and it kind of just flumps on its head real hard. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Genuinely, doing all those things helps me out more than you can imagine. It helps me go into the algorithm, helps more people see my videos. So I really appreciate it if you could do that. But yeah, that's OT19. OT19 signing out. But yeah, let me just, finish off my kind of thoughts here. I don't, it's, because, I mean, let's be real. 112 damage, that's so little. Like, there are so little bloody targets. If you're fighting Vecna himself, or Kaz the Bloody-Handed, let's be real. 56 damage isn't gonna be doing much. I mean, against Vecna, because he has 3 HP, but, like, it's just, like, because here's the thing, in 2024, monsters have more HP and do a lot more damage. So the fact a level 20 character on average without wasting a resource is only doing 47 points of damage is beyond pathetic. Well, no, they're wasting resources with the fire giant attack. Yeah, it's just, this is a massive swing and a miss, and in 2024 rolling around with the 2024 monsters, this rogue, it's definitely out of its element. But yeah, that's been your host OT19 signing out. Peace, peace.